Earlier this year, Nike teamed up with the Slam Jam fashion house out of Italy and brought us an absolute rocking, popping, iconic sneaker in the white BLAZER Mid Class 1977. It's an absolutely cracking sneaker, one of the first sneakers I reviewed for this channel, and one of the first sneakers that got the comment down below that said, why don't you have the sneakers in hand? That's the dream for the channel. I'm trying to get sneakers in hand, but I need to grow the channel first, so your help in doing that will help me to get sneakers in hand. So let's try and get that to happen. But here we are again a few months later, and we're bringing out an exact direct opposite to that sneaker. We had the white with black accents Nike BLAZER Mid Slam Jam Class 77, and now we're bringing the opposite of that. It's black with white accents Nike BLAZER Mid Slam Jam Class 77. This is the Tokyo About a 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo About a 23 Sneaker Channel des. Mainichi upsu no de, mainichi mite kudasai. And every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews, and information about the butter movement. And I try and keep that butter movement as short as possible because we want to focus in on the sneakers. So bang, there's the playlist about the butter movement. If you don't know about the butter movement, check out the playlist. There's some really cracking videos in there. One of the rarest Jordan 4 collections in the world right there. Shoe butter in his $1 million sneaker collection, going back to visit that for the first time in like 2 years, an apartment dedicated to just sneakers. It's absolutely hands down worth a look, so definitely go check out that playlist there. And also Shoe Butter has been teaming up with me recently, and he's brought us a game that we're playing, and every day what I do is I give you a hint which you're then supposed to put together and try and work out which sneaker he's going to be giving us, and that's tomorrow. We'll be looking at that sneaker, and the final hint that I have for you is Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson. So that's the fifth hint to come at you about these this sneaker that the Shoe Butter is going to bring us tomorrow. So tomorrow check in and see if you've got that right, to find out if you were correct in guessing which sneaker it is, which rare sneaker. Less than 100 of these sneakers were made. Which rare sneaker Shoe Butter is going to be sharing with us from his incredible collection. But enough about that. You guys are probably here to look at that Nike BLAZER Mid Slam Jam Class 77 sneaker, which we'll be doing in a couple of minutes right after I've said please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button down below. It's tremendously helpful when you do both of those things as we continue to grow this channel. Thank you if you've already done so. If you haven't, please do so as fast as possible. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say at the start of every single one of my videos in Japanese, Toroku, yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Shite no toroku no button to, ii ne no button o click suru to tatsukaru node, zehi toroku ya ii ne o click suru to. Okay, so let's get into these Slam Jam BLAZERs. I was borderline in love with the white version of these. I thought it was an absolutely iconic sneaker. I hope I've been able to bring up a picture behind me here. An absolutely beautiful sneaker. The all white leather upper, around the lacing system there you had that kind of, I think it was brushed suede actually, and I might have called it leather in the video, but I think it's brushed suede. And then the tumbled leather on the swooshes, the black swooshes on the side, with one of them being upside down. What an absolutely beautiful shoe. I really, really love that shoe. So when I saw these guys coming out, I thought, you know, whoa, this is an opportunity to revisit one of my favorite shoes. And like one of my favorite shoes, I mean, way up here. These guys, I think I'm going to have to give them a ranking of meh. Just meh. They're all right. You know, they're nothing special. I was kind of surprised at how average they were. I was expecting a whole lot more, and I'll explain to you right now why I think that there's parts that have gone wrong. The first place that I'm not a huge fan of is the materials that they used. Primarily, the upper is made of canvas instead of leather, and that right there just gives it a whole different feel. The leather on the white ones, just the texture, it really was a great looking sneaker, but then the canvas on this, it just really cheapens the whole effect. I don't know why they didn't just go with black leather for the upper instead of canvas. So and especially around the toe box, you can see it's kind of clumsy where the canvas and then the leather of the sort of mud guards and the toe overlays, the toe box overlays come together. So it's a really, I don't know, it's a bit of a clumsy sneaker. And I just, great in concept, but I think in execution could have done better is what I'll probably say about these guys. So that's not to say that there aren't some pretty cool features on here, the most obvious of which is that upside down swoosh. Now, I don't remember the whites where that upside down swoosh came in, but on these guys, it's on the medial side of both sneakers. So it's almost hidden in a way, being on the medial side. So on the outside, it's that regular swoosh, and to the outside world, they just look like normal Nike Blazers. But the inside with that upside down swoosh, which kind of reminds me of the Travis Scott back to front swoosh, but the white Slam Jams came first, and then the Travis Scott black back to front ones came next, and then we're back here again with the upside down black Blazers, Blazer mids from the Slam Jam line. With that swoosh upside down on the medial side, it's kind of surprising. It's the signature feature of the shoe, and I'd expect it to be on the outside, on the lateral side where people can see it, but being on the inside, the medial side, is kind of surprising. And like I said, I don't remember what it was like for the whites. Maybe I'll be able to put a picture behind me here to show you what the whites were like, if it was a medial or the lateral side, and if they've changed it up for this one or not, I don't know. So the other signature of these guys is on the back. If you go around to the back of them and have a look at the ankle on the back there, you've got Class on the left shoe and 1977 on the right shoe as well. And it's one of my favorite features of a sneaker is when they have different branding on each of them. It makes me feel like they've made the effort to make the shoe and not just like churned it out on a machine somewhere. So having Class on one and 1977 on the other is one of my favorite features. And then because of the angle of the view that you're looking at past that Class 1977, you can see that oversized tongue, which is a classic feature of these guys on there. It's almost like an off-white with the tongue foam sort of spreading out a little bit. And then if we pull a 180 and flip over and instead of looking from behind, look from the front, you can see the tongue tag on there offers our only hit of color with the swoosh in red and the Nike branding there in white on the back, on the black background. So all in all, I mean, it's not a bad looking sneaker, you know what I mean? Especially from afar. I think far away, it's a pretty good looking sneaker. Being black and white, a classic kind of colorway. I think people will like it, and the upside down swoosh, it's not, I mean, is it a little bit gimmicky maybe, but it's a nice looking sneaker. But then when you get close up to it, look at the materials, look at the construction of it, it's like, well, you know what, I was kind of expecting a little bit more. So I'm a bit disappointed in these ones. I was kind of expecting a bit more, and disappointed not to have the character that the white version of these had, which was a much more iconic shoe, if you ask me. If you agree with that, please do let me know in the comments down below. I do like it when people agree with me, but I also like it when people disagree with me. So if you think I'm talking A1 crap, you go ahead and write that in the comments down below and say, you know what, actually I think these are cool, because I don't mind people disagreeing with me as long as they do it respectfully, and then we enter into a dialogue about it and not just sort of shout at each other, because that doesn't help anyone, if you ask me. So that's enough about this shoe. It's time to sign off, but before we do that, as usual, I always kind of chat about the butter movement at the end of my videos. So tomorrow we'll have that video from Shoe Butter from the Shoe Apartment with, I gave you the 5 hints throughout this week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today's Saturday. 5 hints about which shoe it is going to be that drops tomorrow, and I'll bring you that kind of hybrid me and Shoe Butter putting a video together. And one of the rarest sneakers in the world, and it's actually one of the coolest sneakers in the world with one of the coolest backstories to it. So I really appreciate that shoe. So if you haven't already checked out the butter movement stuff and the videos explaining how the game works, I don't think I talked about putting a link about the game, how the game works, because if you don't understand the game, then it's slightly pointless. So but there's a link. I'll put the, if I have already, then I'm pointing at nothing, but if I haven't already, I'll put a link to to the video explaining how the game works right there. So but for now, it's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content. I truly appreciate the views and the watch time and all that, and the like button and everything, and people subscribe to the channel. It really does help. It makes a massive difference, to be honest, so I appreciate it truly. If you can do that for me, thank you very much. If you can't this time, maybe next time. time. For now, though, it's time for me to sign off, and because I do this every single day, it means at the end of my videos I get to say to you guys that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.